beautiful ones out there looking at me, looking at you, looking like this, ready to give you some love from the godmother of soul and love. So, it's me, Natalia, feeling like a furry creature alien. I could even be fancied as a kitty. Meow. So, along with all of that, I'm here to talk about being vegan and mental illness, mental health, but more specifically mental illness. But for me personally, I would say that mental illness can be just like an interference between, me personally and like a feeling of happiness or functionability or, emotional stability, mental stability. That's what I would say, some type of an interference between the world of joy and happiness and just feeling like down in despair and anything negative. Okay, well, that's me. Let's get to it. I personally feel that my past has been a big part of feeling just mentally different. I've always been very sensitive. Even as a child, I've always been empathic, could always feel the changes in other people's feelings, and then when trauma did come, I developed ulcerative colitis at 11 years old. That was a huge sign that, okay, something's interfering with my joy and happiness. I was only 11. I didn't really know how to handle stress or what to do. And for me also, the abuse from my past. For me, mental illness is just having had an immense amount of abuse from like 11 to 25. Like crunched in like a freaking accordion, and it's taken me all this time to uncoil it. And I'd like to know what's going on, me personally. I'm very solution oriented. No matter how angry, pissed off, sad, depressed, even sometimes fucking hopeless, I know that there's hope. It's just I will let myself go there if the feelings come up. I feel it's really good to acknowledge my feelings instead of saying, hey, it's the best day ever. It's good to say it's the best day ever. It's just acknowledge the truth of how I feel. It's the best day ever and I'm fucking angry. Then that's why I just went into isolation for 11 years. I said, halt. This isn't working. Halt. This fucking hurts. Halt. I need to take a good look at myself. So the next step for me is being aware of myself. Being aware of my ways. Knowing all my little freaking quirks. Knowing all of the little triggers from my past. And trust me, I've had 11 years in the freaking jungle. I've had a lot of time to understand where things have come from. And I've needed that much time. Plus more. To understand all of this. If I was dealing with abuse compacted from like 11 to 25 and then repeating it well into my 30s, it's going to take a long time for me to understand those patterns and where they came from. Me personally. I'm sharing my experience with you. I'm talking and you're listening. I'm not giving you advice or telling you what to do. I'm just talking like a wabbit, Natalia. Okay? For me to be honest with myself and say, hey, I'm depressed. Hey, I feel fucking lonely. Hey, I feel sad. Hey, my mom died and things feel like fucking shit sometimes. And for me to go, you know what? I'm solution oriented and I know, I don't know what to do, but I do know things do unfold. For me to have things unfold personally is because I know that somehow things will work out. And when I notice I doubt that, it takes a freaking longer time for things to unfold. And for me, I know that mental illness, the experience of it, is a process. Oh, trust me, I've wanted quick fix tips, and I haven't taken any antidepressants or any type of chemicals for this kind of thing. And that's where the vegan lifestyle comes in. Amazingly. It's just, it's a process. I've had to be patient with myself. What can you do when you are feeling dysfunctional? What do you do when you feel confused? For me, that's like life telling me to ease up on myself and to be gentle with myself and to go at a more gentle pace and to honor the truth of what I need. It's taken a long time to learn how to be gentle with myself. That's a key aspect of it as well, because coming out of an abusive past with family, it's easy for me to be hard on myself because that's what I grew up around. And just because I grew up around it doesn't mean I accept it, but since it happened for so long, all of that pain and abuse and stuff, I'm thinking, wow, okay, this is what I'm used to. I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but I'm going to take steps to be the opposite of that, to know that I deserve love instead of harshness. I'm so used to harshness, so I'm being harsh on myself. Hey, Natalia, if you're gonna start getting into the right direction of feeling better, you gotta be good to yourself, love yourself where you're at, love yourself the way you are. Who's perfect? You know, and I'm put here the way that I am to function in a most amazing way. Like, out of mental illness can come, like, amazing genius. What would I call what I experience as mental illness? Depression, the PTSD, the post-trauma syndromes, like getting flashbacks from experiences from my past, or being in the present moment and having very vivid feelings in my body and brain and being, like something from the past is happening, but I'm standing in the present moment, and it takes so much effort for me to understand, that's the past, I'm right here, okay. Okay, it's not grandmother's basement anymore, alright? It's not the issue of getting baptized or taking communion anymore, okay? I'm here. I got myself to Hawaii. I'm wearing a cat head, and I'm not there, and back in the 80s. From living in a very odd way, I can see things through very different eyes and very different feelings and very different perspectives, and then with the immense amount of changing my life completely to heal, and the healing journey, and to unlock all of these damn crazy-ass locks and pains and processes, oh God, you know I see things from a very different perspective. Have you ever heard the Who song Amazing Journey from Tommy, who definitely went through his version of mental illness? Sickness surely takes the mind where minds can't usually go. You know, come on the amazing journey and know all you should know, that it's like the people who go through some heavy, heavy shit in their lives, especially if they take the time to help themselves and unravel it, it's just like, you're such a different person than the norm, than the normal. I function from a very different circuit board, you know, up here and in here. I just feel very differently. I feel like I'm from another planet, but even if I didn't deal with, like, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and flashbacks and things like that, I'd be very eccentric no matter what. That's my nature. Being artistic is a very good outlet with this kind of issue. And being vegan and dealing with mental illness, I can definitely say when I first stopped eating animals, I'd say after a couple of months, this heavy, deep, thick cloud of, like, anger, pain, honestly, it was the spiritual lifting of the suffering of the animals. I really, really felt that. And I felt it leave. And I felt myself be myself again, instead of just, like, this anger that just kind of, like, functioned on its own. I was like, oh my God, that was the angry cows and pigs and chickens and everything else that I ate, and all the suffering that was going on in those slaughterhouses. That was the first thing I noticed. It definitely helps me to think clear, to feel clear. I feel much more able to access my inner world and spiritual team. The thing is that I need to be relaxed to do that. If I'm freaking out, then, okay, I'm going to have to just wait. That's my process, though. You know how you eat and you get a food hangover? Well, for me, being vegan is a cleaner fuel that just burns off easily. And for that, there's not much obstructions. It makes things less obstructive when it comes to thinking and all those kinds of things. It helps that my food digests a lot easier. And when I stopped eating dead animals, I felt this magical feeling that I had remembered from my childhood, like that childhood magic and innocence and creativity and awe and wonder, like that became unlocked, and I felt that again, which really helped me to feel like my spiritual team, like, being with me and assisting me, and that's honestly like my intuition, that magical place. That opened up very well. My intuition got stronger, you know, which helps me to just process everything better. Carbohydrates help, let me tell you. After I have a banana smoothie, wow, that's happy food right there. It really, really is. Fruit helps. Fruit is just perfect food. Greens help. Sometimes I think greens are a little underestimated because they're bitter and people are like so pleasured out by the carbs and the fruit, but green is amazing. I've definitely developed a wonderful taste for greens. Greens help me clean inside, alkalinity, which is relaxing. Greens help detox crap out. They bind with toxins and all kinds of stuff, and it's fiber, and it cleans through your colon really, really well. When I have greens, I think clearer, and if I don't eat a salad or anything like that, or do a green guzzler, I will have vitamin greens with probiotics in them. Winner. When I do have fats, having come from the raw vegan chef background, I really prefer raw fats, of course. At least those kinds of fats do the right things and go into the right places. Like, okay, good fat makes your hair all lustrous and shiny and healthy and makes your skin glow and keeps your eyes all lubricated and keeps your organs suspended and cushioned within. And when you have fat, you can handle the cold better because it's insulation. Fat, like those wonderful omegas and your brain functioning as well. I mean, yeah, like have the proper amount. But so that's my experience with being vegan and dealing with having mental pain, like depression, anxiety, PTSD, and flashbacks and such, and healing from my past. And the thing is that all of these efforts I make are helping me to get the help that I need, since I can address my issues clearly and knowing myself, which is really a benefit from the vegan lifestyle, from having clarity within. And as well as that, just feeling better in my body. And being vegan helps the process to go a lot more easeful, and it's only done me good. And I'm not here to say that mental illness is like, who knows, I mean, I'm not sure if it's a forever thing. I've just learned to function with it, even though it can feel dysfunctional. At the same time, as long as I'm addressing the way I feel and not being honest with myself, then things take me on this journey that help me get my solutions, even if it takes a long time. So I've opened up my heart to you about that. So, thanks for watching. Thank you so much. And I really hope this helps you, because it's been a hell of a journey for me.